5 is back! Hey guys, Jovenshire here. I loved making top 5s on Smosh games, and though they do come back periodically, I wanted to spend the time on this channel to make some top 5s that aren't necessarily video game based. It looks a little bit different. We're here in my studio, but it's still the same content that we all love. Just this time, no green screen and no teleprompter. Just me speaking my mind about top 5 things that are cool. And for today's top 5, since Avengers is coming out this week, let's do top 5 Marvel movies. Starting at number 5, I want to talk about Spider-Man number 2, the Sam Raimi version. Now, definitely not the amazing Spider-Man 2. That movie was a load of crap. Blech. But Spider-Man 2 by Sam Raimi was good. It was all the things that we loved about the first movie, but without the origin story. This time, it was just Peter Parker being Spider-Man, fighting Doc Ock. It was an enemy that we loved, it was a hero that we loved, and it was good. The action scenes were fantastic. Alfred Molina, who played Dr. Octopus, perfect. Fun fact about Sam Raimi is that he loves the Sinister Six, which Dr. Octopus is in at one point in time. He gives him almost a very human side. You get to see the relationship with his wife. Even when Dr. Octopus dies at the end, spoiler alert, the movie came out 10 years ago, so you should have seen it by now. Like, you just feel bad for him. You would have never guessed that this is the guy that eventually is about to die and then puts his mind into Peter Parker's body, thus becoming the superior Spider-Man. Oh yeah, that happens. The comics are crazy. Good read though. Number 4, Iron Man. What's really magical about Iron Man is that before this movie came out, I know it's hard for some of you to remember this, but no one knew who Iron Man was. They knew what he looked like, but they didn't know who Tony Stark was. They didn't know what his deal was. So it was a huge gamble for Marvel to be like, hey, we're making a Iron Man movie. And it was a hit. Robert Downey Jr. did a fantastic job as Tony Stark, bringing the Iron Man to life. But really, was this movie great because the character is great, or just is Robert Downey such a great asshole that he makes Tony Stark feel so lovable? A little bit of both, actually. And because it's the first movie of this franchise, we get the origin story, but it's not a boring origin story. How many times have we seen Peter Parker's uncle die? How many times have we seen Bruce Wayne's parents die? How many times have we seen, you actually, man, most heroes become heroes because their parents die. Not Iron Man. He got kidnapped and saw his own weapons used against him, and he's like, fuck this shit, I'm becoming the Iron Man. And the movie's, it's funny also. Even in the down times when there isn't action, you're laughing with Robert Downey Jr. as he's in his workshop and the robots have like a mind of their own. It's great. It was just a good movie. It was well balanced with great acting, good characters, and it was a gamble that paid off. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy just came out this last year, and it blew everyone away. Now, when I say no one knew Iron Man before this movie came out, people definitely didn't know who Guardians of the Galaxy were. Star-Lord? I don't know, I've never heard of it. Oh, there's a talking raccoon? That sounds ridiculous. What really helps Guardians of the Galaxy stand out is that it's a group of bad guys who then become good guys. And us, as a society, we eat that shit up. We love rooting for the underdog, and it's fantastic seeing these bad guys be able to work together. These different people come together and have to like work past their differences was heartwarming in its own way. Plus, as great as this movie was all the way through, we get Baby Groot also? Yeah, that's adorable. Number 2, Avengers. Now this movie is the movie that turned hype and personified it into something successful. Avengers took all these other movies leading up to it. We had Iron Man, we had Captain America, we had Thor, all these movies with little tiny things leading up to this one big movie where we get all of these superheroes that we all know and loved, well, all the superheroes that we know and loved, and Hawkeye and Black Widow, and they all come together, and it was magic on the screen. Being able to see Iron Man and Bruce Banner like coming together and like talking shop was really cool. Or the fight between Iron Man and Thor. Like, you see all these big characters with these big presence, butting heads, and that's why we love this movie. Joss Whedon did a great job with the dialogue, and the action scenes were fantastic, and Loki, every female's favorite villain now. It was an exciting roller coaster that you couldn't just see in the theaters one time. You had to go 2 or 3 times. But a movie that was 5 years in the making, that just every tiny little thing led up to it, and it was executed flawlessly. Congratulations to them. Can't wait for the second one. Hope it does just as well. Number 1, Captain America 2, Winter Soldier. Now, I might get a little hate for this because everyone's gonna be like, oh, really? Winter Soldier over Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers, how dare you? Well, let me drop some knowledge on you on why this is the best superhero movie, not only by Marvel, but by anyone. This movie was the best paced superhero movie to date, and all with just one real superhero. In Captain America 2 Winter Soldier, you have action, story, action, story, action, story, action. In Avengers, you have big action in the beginning, a little bit of story, big action in the middle, story, big action at the end. Same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy, it has the same algorithm. But Captain America 2 had the perfect balance between action and exposition to keep you moving forward. Captain America, he's not even my favorite superhero. He's not even on like a top 5 list of mine. Ooh, that would make for a great top 5. But I was invested in this movie. The action scenes were amazing. The situation was mind-blowing. Like, oh my God, Hydra's in S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s gone now. The Russo brothers who directed this are gonna actually be directing the next set of Avenger movies. And I can't wait for that. I think that their style is perfect. And as much as I love Joss Whedon and what he's done with Avengers, I'm looking forward to seeing this have a new take. And I think the Russo brothers can do just as good with this as they did with Captain America 2. So that's my top 5 Marvel movies. Now it's your turn to leave comments down below and let me know what your top 5 Marvel movies are. And yes, I'm gonna be down in there. I'm gonna be reading all the comments and I'm gonna be talking to you guys because that's why I'm here and I love doing that. Also, let me know what other top 5s I need to do. I want to be doing a lot more top 5s. They don't just have to be superheroes. They don't just have to be video games. It's whatever top 5s we want to do, we can do it. That's the power of the internet, baby. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Till the next time, I'll see you later. Hey, hope you liked this top 5 video. If you did like it, be sure to hit that like button because the more likes I get, the more videos I make. That's how this works.